ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to the segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation continues from Dhanasari Mahalla Chotha, composition of the fourth Nanak, Guru Ramdas. And the recitation. Dhanasari Mahalla Chotha, एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद. इच्छा पूरक सर्ब सुख दाता हर, जाके वस है काम तेना. सो ऐसा हर ते आइए मेरे जियड़े, तां सर्ब सुख पावह मेरे मना. जप मन सतनाम सदा सतनाम, हलत पलत मुख उज्जल होई है. नित ध्याईऐ हर पुरख निरंजना रहाओ. जय हर सिमरन भया तह उपाद गत कीनी. वड भागी हर जपना, जन नानक को गुर एह मत दीनी. जप हर भव जल तरना. जय हर सिमरन भया तह उपाद गत कीनी. वड भागी हर जपना, जन नानक को गुर एह मत दीनी. जप हर भव जल तरना. The sabad essentially articulates what might be called the psychology of contentment that is grounded in the wisdom of Naam. We see here how desire is transformed, not through suppression, but through alignment. You're no longer in the rat race pursuing joy, but you have realized it through meditative attunement. So in the opening stanza, Ichha Purak Sarab Sukhdata Har. So the Har, the self, is the fulfiller of desire, Ichha Purak. It is also Sarab Sukhdata, the benefactor of humanity. That is why it fulfills your desire. Jaake vas hai kaam tena. It owns the source of all desire fulfillment, symbolized by a cow called Kamadhenu or Kamadhena or Kamadhen. So this is old Indian mythology. When the oceans were churned, there were 14 objects of prime value that were churned out of the ocean, and one of them was Kamadhen, the wish-fulfilling cow. And that is owned by the Har. So if you wish to find fulfillment, Sarva Sukh Pave Mere Mana, then attune your being to the Har, because the Har owns the wish-fulfilling cow. So you see, we are being asked to re-evaluate how desire functions in spiritual life. So in common ordinary life, desire is often framed as something to be fulfilled, to overcome, because ordinarily desire arises from a sense of incompleteness. But the Guru is telling us that the only completeness lies in the self. Therefore, all authentic desire, even if it is misdirected, is actually a search for the self. So rather than ego-driven longing, desire becomes a movement towards wholeness. This happens when consciousness turns inward. So when we fulfill desires through the ego, the mind remains agitated, whereas desire fulfilled through attunement with wisdom leads to inner ease. So we are not being asked to extinguish desire, but, if you wish to call it that, upgrading it from craving to devotional orientation. So Naam sanctifies, spiritualizes your desires, and therefore the Guru says, Jap man satnam sada satnam, halat palat mukh ujjal hoi hai, nit tyaya har purkh niranjana. In the Rahau, Jap, realize that wisdom, comprehend that wisdom, internalize that wisdom, and in this way, halat palat, in the here and the hereafter, present life situation and whatever future state follows, halat palat, your face will become clear and radiant. So what that means is, mukh ujjal, how does your face become radiant? Because you're free of the grime of the ego, which brings with it duplicity, deception, guilt, fear. This becomes grime on your face, the face of the mind. But now the personality is transparent rather than shadowed. It's aligned with hukam. So this radiance arises from nityatyaya, ongoing orientation of attention. So the criterion of a successful life is not necessarily to be measured in external achievement, but a consciousness that is so suffused with the har, which is niranjan, not material, that one is inwardly clean in all conditions. Halat palat. And in conclusion, Jai har simran bhaya, where remembrance of the divine arises, tah upadhi, it comes from upadhi, which is actually mental affliction. Tah upadhi gat kini, there your afflictions gat, run away. Vatapagi har japana. You have to be blessed with great fortune for you to turn your consciousness inward and aligned with har consciousness or nam consciousness. And the Guru in conclusion says, Jan Nanak ko gur e mat dini. This is the instruction, the guidance that I have received. Jap har pab jal tarna. If you wish to cross over the ocean of existence, which is fearful, and if you wish to cross over successfully, then jap har pav jal tarna, then jap, realize the self within. Immerse yourself in this inner centered awareness. And then your path will be illuminated by its wisdom. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.